Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to look at the overall markets and the trends that I'm seeing in the market. So there's a lot going on with still, inflation and the Russia-Ukraine, but there's a lot of different effects that seems to be happening on the market. So let's just take a look at some of the trends. As always, we look at the overall market. So as you can see, we're looking at the SPY here, the S&P 500 index of the overall market. We're still downtrending. We're having a decent day. It's kind of a weird day, actually. If you look at the one-day chart, we were going down sideways a little bit, then we popped up here. And then around, 1 o'clock or so, we started to drop back down. And now we're moving up higher into the close. It's currently 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at the time of this recording. So you can see that we're trying to make a push towards the end of the market, the end of the day of the market. And it's just been a crazy, weird cycle. But so that's the SPY. The Russell continues to fall, moving downwards. It had a pop up here, moving downwards. The NASDAQ moving downwards as well. It's having a decent day, a little bit better than the S&P. Volatility. This is the VIX, right? So this is the volatility in the market. This is a very interesting thing, right? The volatility continues to rise. And we're reaching these crazy levels, right? We're reaching 37. This is the highest it's been all year. I mean, we don't count like these little spikes. But overall, a couple days ago was technically the highest. But this is an upward movement, and it's the highest. It's been the most active, I guess, is a better way to put it, all year or over the last year. So we're not seeing any kind of relief in the market. Now, we had the COVID, and then we had the inflation, and now we have the Russia. So there's just a ton of fear in the market. People continue to sell off stocks. So I know it doesn't feel good, but let's keep in mind these charts, right? This is a very, very delicate time right now in the markets. And if you have money sitting on the side, now would be a time to start to move into the market, because we're seeing prices in some stocks that we're never going to see again. So let's just keep the overall outlook in mind in all this bad news, right? But one of the major trends that I'm seeing is commodities prices going crazy. So I found this picture on Instagram earlier today, and I just thought I'd share it with you. So these are the commodity prices over the last year. Heating oil, wheat, crude oil, natural gas, you can kind of read down the list. Everything is going crazy right now. Everything is so expensive. Not only is this because of inflation, the price of everything just moving up, but it's also because of what's going on overseas. So we don't get a ton of oil from Russia, but we do get some of our supply of oil from Russia. We also get wheat from Russia. They're a big exporter of wheat. And just in general, you can see all the rises in the commodity prices. So now, with that being said, let's look at some of the stocks that should be moving up with these utilities, right? So one stock that I like to watch is AA, which is aluminum. This is Alcoa Corporation. They do aluminum. This is on the 1-year chart, right? So as you can see, it's gone crazy, right? We've had a huge spike in here, and it kind of all started back in December, but we've had another push since the end of January. So this stock has gone crazy. Just so we can all understand, though, this is not financial advice. I'm not giving you buy or sell signals. I'm just putting things on your radar to watch. In fact, most of these utility stocks, not utility stocks, these commodity stocks, I would not buy at this time. They're very overextended, but it's something to keep on your radar. Or if you are a day trader, maybe you want to see the volatility as a opportunity for some quick trades or some scalping, but that's up to you guys. I'm just putting these on your radar, right? So aluminum, that's one of them. Ticker symbol CVX, Chevron. For gas, this one's crazy, right? It's basically gone straight up ever since the end of February, and very overextended on the RSI. I'd be very careful about taking a long-term position in this right now. There's a lot more room for the downside than there is the upside, but this is it's pretty incredible. Next one up is ticker symbol WEAT. That's wheat, right? So wheat is broken out of this channel and it's rising up. Today is kind of down. We're actually down 9%, but as of the time of this recording. So you can see that with big moves up, there are big moves down. And like a lot of times, these giant gaps do get filled eventually. So we want to be careful. Just because things are going up doesn't mean they're going to always go up. Next one is ticker symbol CORN, corn. This is a more gradual, but you can still see that the price is kind of spiked. We're starting to come back towards our healthy range, but corn has also seen some upward movement. This one's a little bit different. Natural gas, UNG, is the ticker symbol for the United States Natural Gas Fund. But you can still see that there have been spikes in the past, right? Most notably back in here in August, as it starts to get colder, people start using their heat more. In October, it's peaked up. Then it kind of dropped down with all the bad news and everything in the market. But we're starting to move our way back upwards. Now, one thing to keep in mind with natural gas, though, is that in the summer months, it does, people don't use their gas as much. So we are moving towards warmer months. So although commodities seem to be going crazy, this might not follow the overall trend, right? It might actually go sideways for a bit. Ticker symbol X. This is the United States Steel Corporation. Steel is going high, right? There's a lot of volatility, a lot of spikes here, but you can see ever since basically the end of January, we've gone crazy. So that's another one that you could watch. I'm just giving you guys some ideas. So these are some of the bigger stocks. Now, if you want, you could also take this another step forward, and we can look at some of the individual companies that may be affected by higher prices, right? Such as Tesla. With oil and gas prices going up, maybe you'll see Tesla pop. Another favorite in the past, anyway, was Workhorse. So Workhorse makes electric vehicles. They're seeing a bit of a pop. You can't see it because there's such a fall off of its highs, but it's actually up 8% at the time of this recording. So that's another one. And one other company that I like to watch, Power, which is Quantum Services. They're a construction company that works with electric grids and electric utilities. Then you could see Plug Power, right? Another alternative source of energy. They're up 10% today. You don't see a big move on the chart just because it's been so beaten down. But that's another example, right? Then, if you want, you can also look at the inverse, right? So when gas prices go up, what happens? People stop traveling. So you can see, although today American Airlines is up 7%, it's been falling, right? Just because of the cost of having to, jet take a lot of fuel, and it costs a lot. So obviously their business is going to be impacted. Again, CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines, they're going to be affected by a price increase in oil. They're having a good day again, but you can see overall they're downtrending, right? So that's another one that we could watch. Another one in the very similar kind of mindset is the Royal Caribbean. They've fallen off, right? Again, they're having a decent day, up 3% at the time of this recording, but in overall trend, they're going down. So with that, also, one last other sector you could look at is the Chinese stocks, right? Chinese stocks are downtrending just because there's fears now of China invading Taiwan. So now, and there's always the fear of delisting. So companies like C, ticker symbol SE, C Limited, that's fallen off, right? That's been downtrending. Another great example is JD.com, right? They're having a terrible day. They've fallen down, right? They're at the bottom of their trending channel. Another popular favorite and one that I like as well is Alibaba. They've just been devastated. They continue to fall. So there's great deals all over the place. So let's just keep our heads up. And if you have money sitting on the side, it might be time to put it into some of these really beaten down stocks if you're looking towards the long term. Again, I'm also giving you stocks that are moving, in up and down, and there's a lot of volatility, so you could also play that as short-term trades as well, but that's your prerogative. So thanks, guys. If you liked anything, give me a comment below letting me know what parts you liked, what parts you didn't like, what parts you want me to do, or what companies you want me to look at for the next one. And I'll see you guys on the next video.